How you going, guys? Dean here. I've got Dirk with me today, and we're going to be doing a 1350 point battle report for you. So I'll run you through my army first, then I'll hand the camera over to Dirk and he'll run you through his. So I've got a Space Marine Combined Arms Detachment. In my HQ slot, the Warlord is a Terminator Captain in Cataphracti armor with a Chain Fist, a Combi Melter, and an Auspex. Then in my troops slots, I have 3 units of 5 Tactical Marines, a melter gun on each, and each one has a drop pod dedicated transport. Then in my elite slots, I have 2 units of 5 Cataphracti Terminators with lightning claws on all of them. And in my next elite slot, I have a Contemptor Dreadnought with 2 Power Fists or Dreadnought close combat weapons and 2 melter guns. Then fast attack, I have a drop pod for the Contemptor. And heavy support, I have a squad of 6 Devastators with 4 grav cannons, and they're also in a drop pod. And the Cataphracti Captain will join the Devastators, which gives them slow and purposeful, which allows them to fire the grav cannons to full effect when they disembark from their drop pod. And then basically the rest of it's all just supporting around that. So objective secured on the drop pods is my strategy for holding the objectives, and the rest of it's just there to kill some Tau. So yeah, I'll hand the camera over to Dirk and he'll run you through his list.
Alright, I've got my Tau army here, 1350. I'm playing Farside Enclave. So HQ's a commander with Iridium armor, 2 fusion blasters, target lock, the jammer for 2 points. What else has he got? Onega Gauntlet. And then I've got 3 crisis suit troop choices. There's 3 gun drones and 2 crisis suits with dual flamer and drone controller. Same squad here. Then 3 crisis suits with missiles and target locks and 3 marker lights. And then I've got in my elite choices 2 units of 3 stealth suits with a Shazray, 2 marker drones, marker drone fusion, target lock, homing beacon, so same on that squad. And then 3 ghost kills, so 2 have iron raker and dual burst cannons, and they've got counterfire defense, and also they've got target locks. And then the one in the middle's got the fusion blast weapon and the dual twin link melter. He's got early warning override, and that's it. So that's my 1350. I got my Warlord trait already, so I've got +1 to crisis reserves. So we'll roll off for turns and everything else, and we'll come back.
Alrighty, so the mission we're doing is Eternal War. I believe it's called Crusade, where you get D3 plus 2 objective markers. So we rolled off and we got 3 in total. So we've placed one of them up front here, one there, and one down the back there. We did hammer and anvil deployment, and Dirk won the roll-off to deploy and go first. So he's taken this side, and he will be setting up his army and taking the first turn, unless I can be sneaky and seize the initiative. So we'll let Dirk set up his stuff, and then I'll set up my stuff, and we'll be back.
Alright, so deployment-wise, just got the 1 unit, the Ghost Kills. Currently I've got first turn. There are no Marines on the table. We're just going to roll for C's.
So all the drop pods are in reserve, and then you've got all your guys in reserve. Oh!
And he seasons.
Get some.
Damn it.
So there we have the end of my first turn. So we had the Contemptor Dreadnought came down here. His drop pods scattered, smashed into these rocks here, and then he disembarked out the back. And we had 2 tactical squads drop down. This one dropped right on top of an objective, and the 5 Marines jumped out the back. And then this one jumped right on an objective, and they jumped out the back. So there's 3 objectives on the table, and every single one of them is directly under a drop pod. The back 2 are objectives secured. This one is not. So that's the end of my turn. There was absolutely no damage done by my shooting, but it's all good. I'm not too worried. So we'll jump into Dirk's turn 1, and we'll see you in a minute.
Tower turn 1, not very effective. Moved, didn't get a very good assault jump. In the shooting phase, I killed 1 Marine, and that was it. Tried to shoot some drop pods and did nothing. So we'll go into Ultramarines turn 2.
Ultramarines? World Eaters, motherfucker. World Eaters.
Ultramarines. Ultramarines.
Alrighty, so there we have the end of the World Eaters turn 2. So I had a unit of Terminators arrive, and the Devastators with the Captain arrive, and the other Terminators and the other Tactical Squad are still in reserves. The Contemptor moved up, the Tactical Squad's moved up, both of them. And then I put this Devastator one here so that I could drop down outside of the line of sight of the
Early warning override interceptor.
early warning override interceptor motherfucker. So he didn't get to interceptor against me, so he used his interceptor on the Terminators and killed 2 of them. Then I shot him with a whole bunch of stuff. I killed a drone with those tactical marines. Did nothing with all the drop pods shooting. And then these guys managed to kill off 2 drones and put quite a few wounds on him.
That drop pod caused 1 wound to the guy.
And they drop pod did a wound as well. So not a horrible shooting phase. I'm not too upset with it. But we're going to jump into our turn 2 now. So we're going to do some reserves rolls for you on camera. So what do we got first, Dirk?
Two Flamer Crisis suits coming in on 2s. So those 2 units are in.
Row.
The 2 units of stealth suits coming in on a 3-up. Oh, damn it.
So no stealth suits.
And the last crisis suit unit coming in on a 2-up, which is missiles. Yep, so the 3 crisis suits.
Alrighty. So Dirk's going to deploy his 3 crisis suits, shoot the shit out of me, and we'll be back in a minute.
So Tower turn 2 went pretty well. My crisis suits, they weren't there. They landed here. They flamed 1 Marine. Yeah, tactical Marine. And then the drones killed another. Then they've jumped forward. These guys basically basically where they were, fired into the back of the Contemptor, did its job, killed it, and also put a marker light on the Terminators that were there. The Ghost kills target locked into the Terminators, killed the 3 remaining Terminators. Tried to shoot at the Marine with a melter but missed, but then I charged and killed them. These crisis suits landed right on target and flamed the Marines, only killing 1, even though I had 24 hits on them. The melter killed another one. So then, in the end, and the drones killed a couple as well. So yeah, pretty effective shooting. The ghost kills obviously did pretty well, killing a couple of units. And we'll go into Dean's turn 3.
Alrighty guys, so that's the end of my turn 3. So we had the Terminators arrived from Deep Strike Reserves. The drop pod with Tactical Marines popped in as well. And the Tactical Squad over here moved up and fired at the Crisis Suits. I tried to move so that the closest Crisis Suit, the closest model in that unit was a suit, so that I could fire an instant kill it with my melter gun. But I rolled a 1 to wound, so that sucked. Then we had my captain and his Devastator squad moved up around here to try and get into combat with his commander. And then pretty much everything else just went down to shooting. So we had all of the drop pods fired at the commander's unit, killed off most of the drones and suits. Then we had this tactical squad fired in. Their melter actually did do some damage and killed off a suit. And then the rest of it was the grav guns and the chain fist on that captain killed off quite a bit. Won the combat. He failed his leadership, but I caught him, so he didn't get away. So that's going to grind on for the next turn. Then this tactical squad charged into the crisis suits. And got 2 of them killed in Overwatch from all of his flamers. He rolled really hot. But then the combat, nobody managed to... Yes, that pun was intended, very much so. And then, yeah, no one managed to do any wounds in that combat, so that just grinded on. And the only other thing is he used his override a interceptor to fire at the Terminators, but he scattered like 6 inches or something, so that was a lucky roll for me. So we're going to do your reserve rolls on camera again.
Yeah, I'll do my stealth suits. They're both in?
Yep, so we've got 2 units of stealth suits in. That's all you got left, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alrighty, cool. We'll get into Dirk's turn 3 and we'll be back.
So Tau turn 3. Funny thing happened. My stealths, I have 2 stealth units come in. One of them mishapped by landing on the actual
The door.
We didn't know exactly how to play it, so we used the dice. So on a 4 up, they died. So they did, because I rolled a 1. So they died. Yeah, not sure exactly what the ruling is for doors.
Chuck a comment in the video below with what your opinion is. Do the doors count as part of the model? If somebody lands on it, do they mishap? We want to know what you think.
As far as the rest of the Tau turn goes, these guys tried to fire into drop pod, didn't kill it. Fired into some Terminators, killed 1. Ghost kills, killed another 2 Terminators. I shot into this drop pod with a melter, failed, and then I tried to assault with them and rolled double 1, so they didn't make it. Assault kept on going over here, lost, so the commander's on 1 wound left. These guys killed the last tactical marine, so they're out of combat now. So we're going into turn 4.
Alrighty guys, here we have the end of my turn 4. So the Terminators have moved up this way to sort of come down and threaten these suit units. The tactical squad that was here moved around, fired everything they had at the Ghost Kills, didn't do any damage. Then I went to charge and he killed all 5 of them in Overwatch, which sucked. And then we had the combat here where my captain finally took down the enemy commander. So Warlord on Warlord, and I came out on top. That being said, his drone is still locked in combat, which is actually good for me because that means he can't shoot me with all those ghost kills. So I'm actually happy with that result because there's no way that drone's surviving next turn. So yeah, we'll get into Dirk's turn 4 and we'll be back in a minute.
Tau turn 4. I'm not very productive. Ghost kills killed the drop pod with the melter dude. Everything else in my army fired into those Terminators and didn't kill 1. I got a lot of wounds, but they passed a lot of saves. We forgot to do close combat.
Yeah. You want to do that now on camera? It's a nice
Sure.
quick one. Alright, 2 Marines. Both hit. 1 wound.
Yep. He survives there. He's got 1 attack. He hits and he wounds on a 5. Doesn't wound.
And then 3 attacks from the captain. 3
3
hits.
He did.
Dead.
And you consolidate.
Which is a mighty 2 inches. So I'm just going to move him 2 inches like that.
Cool. So we're going to go into turn 5. Yep.
Alrighty guys, that's the end of my turn 5. So it all came down to a couple of failed charges really. We had the Terminators ran over this way and failed their charge into the crisis suits. One of them died to Overwatch. Then we had the commander over here. He moved forward, fired his the grav gun in the unit, grav cannon, sorry. Took a few wounds off, so we've got this Ghost Kills down to 1 wound left, he's down to 1 wound left, and he's down to 3 wounds left. But then I failed that charge as well. So it's not looking great. We'll jump into Tau turn 5, and we'll be back with you guys in a second.
Alright, so end of the game, we rolled off camera. It's a draw. We've got... Yeah, Tau, I killed the Warlord. Tried to shoot into the drop pod with pretty much everything that left was 1 hull point.
Drop that down to a single hull point. Had you taken 1 more hull point, you would have won.
I didn't roll very well to pen it. Fired some more shots into it with the crisis suits and yeah, only got the 1 hull point that way as well. These guys didn't kill the Terminator, but just contesting this objective. So that was it. So yeah, we had 1 objective each.
Yeah, so the end of the game, we've got the Ghost Kills holding an objective there. And then over here we've got the Drop Pod holding his objective. So that's 1 objective each.
Contested there.
Both got Slay the Warlord. I got Linebreaker, whereas you got First Blood. So that makes it a tie.
Actually, immobilized vehicles, do they count as Linebreaker?
Yeah. Zooming flyers don't. Yeah. So, it's a tie game.
Yep.
That being said, I don't think it's fair to call it a tie. I mean, look at the fucking table. That's not a
Drop
tie.
pods and a Terminator.
Yeah, that's not a tie. That's a pantsing. But
If it went on another turn, it would have been over.
yeah. But yeah, no, good game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, check in again next week for the next battle report.
We've got some more battle reports going on in the background there.
We're all over it. Alright, thanks guys.
One for the blood yacht.